अस्सलाम वालेकुम स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू माय चैनल। आज हम EDUA510 के मिड टर्म प्रिपरेशन के हवाले से लेक्चर वाइज इम्पॉर्टेंट MCQs बना रहे हैं। पार्ट 1 है ये इन MCQs का, जिसमें हम लेक्चर 1 से लेक्चर 11 तक के तमाम लेसन वाइज MCQs जो हैं वो कवर करेंगे। ठीक है, तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। टीचिंग एंड लर्निंग इज़ अ complex process. Every pupil has a unique personality. Pupils acquire knowledge at different times, rates, and ways. Mathematics helps students develop patience and persistence. Mathematics develops logical and critical thinking. Which reasoning is used in mathematics? Inductive and deductive reasoning. Mathematics helps students become confident. Mathematics encourages the use of ICT. Mathematics develops mathematical curiosity. Mathematics helps students to analyze and solve problems. Mathematics is key to technological development. Mathematics helps students acquire knowledge, skills, and attitudes. Mathematics forms the basis of scientific and technological fields. Mathematics develops critical thinking. Mathematics improves students' problem-solving skills. Greater technology requires greater mathematical skills. Mathematics enhances students' confidence. Mathematics prepares students for further studies. Mathematics is a tool for reasoning. Mathematics helps in expressing ideas. Mathematics develops relationship with everyday situations. Mathematics is connected with other subjects. Mathematics provides a skill for life. Mathematics is key to economic prosperity. Basic numeracy is needed to function in complex world. Mathematics is important in all of the above. Like mathematics is important in budgeting, in personal finance, and in data handling. Statistics help citizens understand data and decision making. Mathematical skills are needed in all of these. Like mathematical skills are needed in banks, hospitals, and schools. Mathematics can lead to good careers. Mathematics is important for all of these: economic development, technical progress, and civilization. In all of these, mathematics is important. Which profession uses mathematics in robot design, robotics engineering? An actuary calculates probabilities of death and sickness. Operation research analysts help organizations find cost-effective solutions. Physicians diagnose patient illnesses. Cryptologists design schemes for secret information. Inventory strategists analyze historical sales data. Attorneys apply laws and mathematics. Robotics engineering combines mathematics with engineering and computer science. Science and mathematics are closely connected in physics, chemistry, astronomy, all of the given. Mathematics is used in medical science through both A and B, through arithmetic and through geometry. Okay? Social studies use charts and graphs. Geography requires knowledge of mathematical formulas. Musical rhythm is based on mathematical series. Art and craft thrives on geometry. Literature and writing can be understood better with basic mathematics. Counting and sorting kit helps in counting. Counting and sorting kit helps develop sorting skills. Number board is mainly used for number learning. Pentagrams are included in 2D shapes class kit. Pattern blocks help students in patterning. 3D Shapes class kit teaches student about three-dimensional shapes. Place value class kit teaches place value. The value of a digit depends on its position. Money class kit develops financial literacy. Fraction class kit teaches fractions and equivalents. Early numeracy math kit is used for early numeracy concepts. Two color counters are included in early numeracy maths kit. Geometry kit helps students understand shapes and positions. Geometry kit includes study of 2D and 3D figures. Students use compasses to construct figures. Protractors are used to measure angles. Set squares are triangular shapes. Rulers are part of geometry kit. Geometry equipment helps students explore properties of figures. Sharpener and rubber are included in geometry set. AV aids are sensory objects that stimulate learning. Visual aids can be seen only. Audio aids can be heard only. One purpose of AV aids is motivation. AV aids help better retention. AV means audio visual aids, okay? OHP is a type of projected aid. AV aids should suit the age and grade of learners. Teachers should prepare aids using local materials. Students may be associated in preparation of aids. AV aids help in meeting individual differences. Radio is a audio aid. Charts are included in graphic aids. Demonstrations are activity aids. Flashcards are example of graphic aids. Television is a audio aid. टेलीविजन से ऑडियो विजुअल एड दोनों चीजें हो सकती हैं, ठीक है. Field trips are included in activity aids. Bulletin board is a display board. Posters are examples of graphic aids. Teachers should be trained to prepare aids. AV aids should be interesting and motivating. Cartoons are humorous pictures. Cartoons make learning interesting. Slide projectors uses transparent slides. Radio is used for mass education. Television is a powerful medium of mass education. Graphs show numerical relationships. Pie graph is a type of graph. Charts combine graphic and pictures. Flow chart is a type of chart. Line graph shows statistical data. The word curriculum comes from Latin language. Curriculum means a course of study. The first national curriculum was introduced in 1975 to 76. National curriculum was reviewed in 1984 to 85. National curriculum of mathematics was introduced in 2006. Stage 1 includes grade 1 to 2 class. Stage 3 includes grades 6 to 8. Stage 5 includes grades 11 to 12. Curriculum focuses on mathematics standards. Benchmarks are highlighted in content areas. Mathematics curriculum helps students build conceptual foundation. Curriculum enables students to apply knowledge skillfully. Geometrical concepts help students think logically. Mathematics curriculum develops systematic reasoning. Graphics help students visualize expressions. Curriculum recognizes the benefit of technology. Curriculum encourages students to interpret mathematical expressions. Mathematics curriculum focuses on conceptual understanding. Mathematics curriculum has 5 standards. Number and operations is a standard. Algebra is included in mathematics curriculum. Measurement and geometry is a mathematics standard. Information handling deals with data. Reasoning and logical thinking develop logical skills. Geometry is included with measurement. Algebra mainly deals with expressions and equations. Benchmarks serve as guide. Benchmarks help students attain standards. Stage 1 student count numbers up to 999. Roman numbers up to 20 are taught in stage 2. De Morgan's laws are taught in stage 3. Matrices are introduced in stage 4. Complex numbers are taught in stage 5. Algebraic expressions are taught in stage 3. Factorization is taught in stage 4. Trigonometric formulas are applied in stage 5. Mean, median, and mode belong to information handling. Linear function graphs are taught in stage 3. General statements are investigated in stage 4. Reasoning standards develops logical arguments. SLO stands for Student Learning Outcome. Learning outcomes describe what students should know and demonstrate. Learning outcomes should include 5 to 10 outcomes. Learning outcomes should use active verbs. Understand should be avoided because it is not measurable. SLOs describe essential knowledge and skills. Solo taxonomy means its structure of observed learning outcomes. Whole number unit teaches student to identify numbers 1 to 9. Addition symbol is this one. You all know it very well. Equality symbol is this one. Teacher's role has changed from dispensing information to planning investigative tasks. Mathematics teachers support students' creativity. Teachers help develop rational understanding. One role of a teacher is planning. Organizing includes assigning tasks. Leading includes motivation. Controlling means monitoring tasks. Teachers focus on real lives of students. Mathematics teaching involves multidimensional tasks. Teachers need knowledge of content and pedagogy. A mathematics teacher as planner makes goals and objectives. Planning includes making strategies. Teachers coordinate activities. Planning may be short and long term. Teaching points should match objectives. Teachers manage time and resources. Assessment is part of planning. Objectives help teachers achieve targets. Planning helps teachers organize teaching activities. Assessment of learning is part of teaching plan. An organizer defines tasks. Organizing includes assigning tasks. Teacher as organizer helps in task grouping. Mentoring task is the role of organizer. An organizer determines what task is to be done. Teachers guide students in problem solving. Classroom support material helps in learning. Organizers arrange assessments to get feedback results. Structuring lessons mean organizing lessons properly. Teachers build on previous learning. Lesson objectives should be shared with students. Teachers assess people's achievement. Encouragement means cooperative learning environment. Mathematics teachers support students' creativity. Encourager helps students in task determination. Teachers guide students toward right problem-solving approach. Encouragers also assess and correct. Support remarks are used for motivation. Homework sheet remarks help in encouragement. Teachers appreciate students for achieving objectives. Encouragement in step-by-step activities improves learning. Appreciating pupils increases confidence. Mathematics teachers negotiates with management. Negotiation help in curriculum development. Negotiator helps create student supporting environment. Teachers negotiate for target setting. Negotiator convinces a student for right problem solving approach. Teachers negotiate for using right assessment tools. Negotiator justifies use of equipment. Teachers prepare plans for teaching mathematics. Mediator works among students group. Mediator supports student-centered environment. Mediator helps in target setting. Mediator select the right problem-solving approach. Mediators support use of right assessment tool. Teachers mediate between parents and students. Mediator justify plans for teaching mathematics. Mediator provides student support through information and data. Investigation method is a teaching strategy. Problem solving is an effective teaching method. Lecture discussion method includes discussion. Discovery method encourages self-learning. Laboratory method involves practical activities. Project method focuses on projects and activities. Cooperative learning promotes teamwork. Jigsaw method is a type of cooperative learning. Think, pair, share strategy develops student interaction. Heuristic method promote discovery and reasoning. Investigation method is a form of discovery. In investigation, people define their problems. Investigation focuses on process and outcomes. One investigator's challenge is where to start. Investigation requires a student to use mathematics. One step in investigation is data collection. Hypothesis is framed after organizing data. In first conjecture is wrong. Students should try a new concept. Investigation method is suitable for mixed ability groups. Investigation method promotes creativeness. One limitation of investigation method is time consuming. Investigation method requires high teacher input. Investigation method helps students solve problems. In investigation method, the student first understand the problem. Plan in investigation means deciding strategy. Do step means solving the problem. Check step means verifying the results. Multiples of 5 are 5, 10, 15. Investigation method develop thinking ability. Investigation method requires a student to explore patterns. Common multiples are found by comparing multiples. Investigation method focuses on students' activity. Lecture method presents a word picture. In lecture method, teacher imparts information through speech. Student in lecture method mostly listen silently. First step in preparing lecture is planning. Planning includes setting objectives. Rehearsing helps teacher in better delivery. Suitable language is important in delivering lecture. Lecture method can be used for teaching many students. One disadvantage of lecture method is one-way communication. Lecture method becomes effective when lecture and discussion combine. Lecture method is best for description. Lecture method helps students become good speakers. Historical studies can be taught through lecture method. Lecture method trains students as good learners. Lecture method is useful for teaching literary work. Problem solving method presents knowledge as a problem. Problem solving is a learner directed strategy. Problem solving develops analytical thinking. First step of problem solving is recognizing the problem. Data should be gathered in a systematic manner. Tentative solutions are made before correct solution. A step of problem solving is verifying result. Problem solving prepares a student for problems of life. Problem solving develops self-dependence. Problem solving method is suitable for problem-based subjects. One merit of problem solving method is effective learning. One demerit of problem solving method is time consuming. Problem solving method require mature mind. Problem solving method develops reflective thinking. Problem solving method involves self effort. In the example given in the lesson, total wheels counted were 19, total cycle riders were 7. A tricycle has 3 wheels, a bicycle has 2 wheels. Correct answer in the example was 5 tricycle. Solving this problem requires multiplication skills. The student must think systematically. Problem solving method develops logical thinking. Inductive method moves from concrete to abstract. Deductive method moves from general to particular. Inductive method begins with example and deductive method starts with general rule. One advantage of inductive method is logical thinking. Inductive method encourages active participation. Inductive method involves observation and experimentation. One disadvantage of inductive method is limited range. Inductive reasoning is not always absolute. Inductive method may be difficult for slow learners. Deductive method applies rule to example. Deductive method uses generalized rules. Inductive method moves from particular to general. In inductive method, students first use example. Students are asked to draw many triangles. Sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Measuring triangles help students discover rules. Odd numbers examples show that odd plus odd is equals to even. 1 plus 3 equals to 4, 5 plus 9 equals to 14. Inductive method encourages observation. Students reach conclusion through investigation. Deductive methods move from general to particular. Deductive method starts with general rules. Formula is first given to student. Deductive method is time saving. Deductive method helps in problem solving. One advantage of deductive method is easy revision. Deductive method promotes memory. One disadvantage of deductive method is blind memorization. Deductive method may be difficult for beginners. Recommendation is to use both methods together. A plus B a plus b whole square formula is equals a square plus 2ab plus b square. Quadratic formula is an example of deductive method. In deductive method, students apply rules and formulas. X plus 1 whole square equals to x square plus 2x plus 1. Deductive method teaches through formula application. Formula is used to solve mathematical problems. Deductive method focuses on applying rules. Lesson learned from deductive method is use rules to solve problems. Discovery method teaches student how to learn. Discovery method develops higher order skills. In discovery method, teachers and learners both active. Discovery method is a method of indirect instruction. Discovery learning environment helps students develop conclusions. Guided discovery involves teacher supervision. Pure discovery involves little supervision. Discovery method helps students think like mathematicians. Discovery method develops ability to solve problems. Discovery method helps students formulate generalization. Discovery method encourages students to apply learned skills. Discovery method mainly promote active learning. A student found the sum of first 100 numbers as 50-50. Formula for sum of numbers is n into n plus 1 divided by 2. In the example, n equals to 1000. That example is given in the sum of numbers from 1 to 1000 is 5,500. Discovery method helps in problem solving. Formula was generalized through discovery. Discovery learning encourages learned skill application. Consecutive numbers are numbers that come one after another. Discovery method allows the student to expand topics. Discovery method develops generalization skills. The word heuristic means I find. Heuristic word belongs to Greek. In heuristic method, the student acts as discoverer. Heuristic method emphasizes self-activity. In heuristic method, teacher acts as onlooker. Heuristic method removes shortcomings of lecture method. Heuristic method promotes creative thinking. One merit of heuristic method is active participation. Heuristic method reduces burden of memorization. One demerit of heuristic method is time consuming. Heuristic method requires extra labor by teacher. In heuristic method, students may copy from others. Heuristic method is not suitable for all topics. Extreme use of heuristic method in school is impossible. Heuristic method develops students as self-reliant learners. Students discover characteristics of parallelogram. Area of classroom walls activity uses heuristic method. In heuristic method, students learn by discovering. Classroom wall activity helps the student understand geometric forms. Heuristic activities increase observation skills. Analytic and synthetic methods are used in combination. Analytic method moves from unknown to known. Analysis means breaking up a problem. Analytic method helps understanding hidden aspects. Analytic method follows a step-by-step procedure. One merit of analytic method is logical understanding. Analytic method convinces the learner. One demerit of analytic method is lengthy procedure. Analytic method may not apply to all topics. Analytic method develops discovery urge. Synthetic method is opposite to analytic method. Synthetic method moves from known to unknown. Synthetic method starts with available data. Synthetic method connects data to conclusion. One merit of synthetic method is short method. Synthetic method glorifies memory. One demerit of synthetic method is doubt in learner's mind. Synthetic method leaves many questions unanswered. Synthetic method provides quick conclusion. Synthetic method is considered elegant. In analytic method, proof starts from unknown statement. Synthetic method starts from known data. Analytic method focuses on breaking problem into steps. Synthetic method focuses on connecting known facts. Analytic method develops logical reasoning. Synthetic method reads final conclusion. Analytic and synthetic methods are useful in problem solving. Analytic method is usually detailed. Synthetic method is usually brief. Dogmatic method emphasizes rigor. Rigor means a strict follow of rules. Lack of rigor leads to inefficiency. In dogmatic method, teacher gives rule and formula. Teacher solves model sums for student guidance. The student follow minute detail of models. One merit of dogmatic method is saves time. Dogmatic method promotes speed and efficiency. Dogmatic method mainly focus on memory. Dogmatic method is useful for application stage. Brainstorming helps student familiarize with problem. One demerit of dogmatic method is mechanical cramming. Dogmatic method ignores the student interest. Retention in dogmatic method is not sure. Dogmatic method stuff mind with information without understanding. Laboratory method is based on learning by doing. In lab method, students work in laboratory. Laboratory method proceeds from concrete to abstract. Construction work in geometry is laboratory work. Drawing lines and triangles requires equipment. One merit of lab method is joyful learning. Lab method develops cooperative work. Students discover facts through their own efforts. One demerit of lab method is expensive method. Lab method may not ensure mathematical thinking. Lab method is not useful for all topics. Without supervision, students may waste time. Lab method is considered slow and laborious. Lab method depends on trained staff. Lab method is profitable when properly utilized. Lab method is mainly applicable in practical geometry. Triangle ABC is constructed using given measurements. Measurement AB in the example is 4.5 centimeters. Measurement BC in the example is 3.1 centimeter. Measurement CA in the example is 5.2 centimeters. Practical geometry is based on learning by doing. Project method is based on philosophy of John Dewey. Project method is based on pragmatism. A project is related to real life. Individualized project is carried out by one individual. Social project is carried out by a group of individuals. First step of project method is providing situations. Planning is a step of project method. Executing means performing the project. Last step of project method is judging. Project method relates education with learner's life. Project method emphasizes learning through activities. Project method develops self-confidence. Project method promotes social discipline. Project method encourages inquiry spirit. One demerit of project method is time consuming. Project method cannot teach all mathematics topic. Continuous teaching in project method is not possible. Project method requires close supervision. Teacher in project method act as careful guide. Mathematics in business is an example of project method. A school bank project teaches mathematics practically. Graphic illustration projects show students' achievement. Mathematics in kitchen is related to project activity. Geometrical drawing project develops mathematical understanding. In cooperative learning, pupils work in a small group. A small group usually contains 4 to 6 students. Cooperative learning encourages students to discuss and solve problems. Teacher in cooperative learning moves from group to group. Teacher asks through provoking questions. Group work is reported to entire class. Cooperative learning promotes cooperation. Students work together towards a common goal. Every member should participate effectively. Cooperative learning develops teamwork. Face-to-face interaction is an element of cooperative learning. Positive interdependence means students depend on each other positively. Individual accountability means personal responsibility. Collaborative skills are important for group work. Group processing helps students improve group performance. Cooperative learning encourages people to work together. Cooperative learning promotes cooperation among pupils. Students accept responsibility for their own learning. Pupils reinforce understanding by explaining to group members. Teacher's role changes from leader to facilitator. Cooperative learning fosters positive intergroup attitudes. Team teaching is part of collaborative learning. One limitation of cooperative learning is careful organization required. Cooperative learning requires time and resources. Cooperative learning may reduce competition. Jigsaw puzzle is a model of cooperative learning. Think, pair, share is a cooperative model. Cooperative learning emphasizes socialization. Internalization means absorbing knowledge internally. Knowledge creation occurs through interaction. Interaction between explicit and tacit knowledge creates new knowledge. Socialization in learning improves communication. Jigsaw method is cooperative learning technique. Students in Jigsaw work in small groups. Jigsaw method is mainly used for learning new material. Each student becomes an expert. Experts from different groups meet and share. After discussion, the students return to their groups. One merit of Jigsaw method is listening skills development. Jigsaw method promotes interaction among students. One limitation of Jigsaw method is requires resources. Jigsaw method may compromise competition. Educational goal includes finding mean, median, and range. Learning objectives include finding mean, median, mode, and range. Jigsaw groups contains about 5 to 6 students. Group leaders should be mature. Lesson is divided into 4 segments. Students discuss main points in expert groups. Teacher should move from group to group. At the end of session, teacher gives quiz. Think Pair Share was developed by Frank Lehman. Think Pair Share has 3 stages. First stage of Think Pair Share is think. In think stage, students think about questions. In pair stage, students discuss with partner. Students compare mental or written notes. In share stage, students share ideas with class. Teacher records responses on board. Think Pair Share develops communication skills. Think Pair Share is a cooperative learning technique. In Think Pair Share, teacher provides a worded problem. The problem in the example involves area. In Think stage, students solve problems individually. During pair stage, students discuss solutions. Teacher roam around to observe students' work. In share stage, teachers select a partner randomly. Students share solution by explaining on board. Think Pair Share develops communication skills. Peer discussion helps students compare solutions. Teachers' role in TPS, Think Pair Share, is mainly guidance and monitoring. Teaching schedules are an integral part of mathematics classroom. Time distribution helps to monitor teaching. Unit-wise distribution supports teachers and planners. Time distribution helps measure teacher workload. Academic planning becomes easier through time distribution. Time schedules help teachers to run teaching effectively. Time distribution is useful for a planner. Teaching schedules mainly organize teaching activities. Assessment means gathering information about student achievement. Assessment helps teacher provide feedback. Quality assessment determines quality of evaluation. Evaluation is a process of judgment and decision making. First purpose of assessment is improve learning. Second purpose of assessment is to show student progress. Formative and summative are types of assessment. Assessment is called the engine that drives learning. Assessment is not only about grades and reports. Assessment strategies should address what and how students learn. Assessment should provide students direction for improvement. Assessment criteria should be communicated to students and parents. Assessment in mathematics focuses on mathematical communication. Students should reason and analyze problems. Assessment checks students' understanding of key concepts. Students evaluate effectiveness of different strategies. Assessment develops problem-solving strategies. Relevant and irrelevant attributes are identified through mathematical selection. Assessment helps the student integrate mathematical concepts. Real-life situations are examined through mathematical reasoning. The first type of assessment is formative assessment. Formative assessment monitors student learning. Formative assessment provides ongoing feedback. Formative assessment helps the student in identifying areas needing improvement. Formative assessment is usually low stakes. Summative assessment is conducted at the end of unit. Summative assessment compares achievement against standards or benchmarks. Summative assessment has high point value. Midterm exam is an example of summative assessment. Final project is a type of summative assessment. Also guides subsequent courses. Faculty use assessment to improve teaching efforts. Evaluation measures achievement against objectives. Evaluation reflects philosophy of curriculum. Affective testing is the basis of evaluation. Tests check students' knowledge and comprehension. One purpose of evaluation is guidance in teaching. Evaluation helps in developing effective curriculum. Evaluation secures cooperation from society members. Tests are instruments used for evaluation. Effective use of tests is an integral part of evaluation system. Tests mainly evaluate students' performance. Tests are instruments for measuring achievements. Tests check students' knowledge and comprehension. Validity means ability to measure intended objectives. Reliability means consistency of result, and stability relates to time and resources. Student consciousness in testing means awareness of the student. Motivation in test encourages genuine effort. Utility means usefulness of test. A valid test measures intended learning. Reliable tests produce stable results. Diagnostic testing is used to diagnose learning. Admission test is an example of diagnostic test. Formative testing is used in lesson learning, is used during lesson learning. Benchmark testing checks mastery of unit. Summative testing is used at end of year. Proficiency tests measure learners' standard. TOEFL and IELTS are examples of proficiency tests. International tests are conducted by institution itself. External tests are conducted by outside body. Objective tests have clear right or wrong answers. Subjective tests require examiner judgment. Combination tests contain objective and subjective parts. Formative tests help to improve progress. Benchmark testing is mainly for content achievement. External tests are mostly controlled by external organization. Single lesson quiz is an example of formative testing. Final exam is an example of summative testing. ECAT and MCAT are example of benchmark test. TOEFL is an example of proficiency test. Objective test item include multiple choice item. Multiple choice questions are applicable in all subjects. The square root of 1.44 is dash. Completion item. Sum of triangle angles equals 180 degree. Combination tests contain mixed test styles. Objective tests are easy because answers are clear and definite. Traditional examination is mainly paper-based assessment. Traditional exams are easy to organize. Examination centers are established by examination boards. Students receive special identity cards. Invigilation takes place in examination centers. A script marking system is used in paper checking. SSC stands for Secondary School Examination. HSSC stands for Higher Secondary School Examination. PEC means Punjab Examination Commission. Traditional examinations are placed and time specific. National curriculum gives instruction to examination bodies. Question papers should be balanced. Question paper must be secure. Mathematics total marks are 150. Algebra paper carries 75 marks. Geometry paper carries 75 marks. Easy questions weightage is 15%. Average questions weightage is 70%. Difficult question weightage is 15%. HSSC examiners prepare paper for part 1 and part 2. Whole numbers unit in grade 1 carries 30%. Number operation weightage is 30%. Geometry unit carries 10%. Unit-wise weightage helps in teacher training. Unit-wise weightage is basis for assessment and examination. ठीक है जी, तो इसके साथ ही हमारे ये MCQs का पार्ट 1 यही मुकम्मल होता है। मैंने पूरी कोशिश की है कि आपको मैक्सिमम MCQs इन तमाम लेसन के टॉपिक वाइज जो है वो प्रिपेयर करके दे सकूं ताकि आपकी एग्ज़ाम की अच्छी तैयारी हो सके। मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है कि वीडियो आपके लिए बहुत ज़्यादा यूज़फुल रहेगी। इस वीडियो को अपने फेलो स्टूडेंट के साथ मिडटर्म यूनिवर्सिटी के डिफरेंट ग्रुप्स में ज़रूर शेयर करें क्योंकि मिड टर्म बहुत करीब है और हो सकता है कि आपके शेयर से किसी का फ़ायदा हो जाए। चैनल पर नए हैं तो सब्सक्राइब करना हरगिज़ ना भूलिएगा। वीडियो यूज़फुल रहे आपके लिए तो लाइक ज़रूर कीजिएगा। इंशाअल्लाह ताला मैं अपनी नेक्स्ट वीडियो के साथ जल्द हाजिर होंगी। तब तक आप सब अपना बहुत ख्याल रखिएगा। अल्लाह हाफ़िज़।